Golden Globes 2018. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri wins big. The 75th Golden Globe Awards kicked off with a political tone even before the show began. Actors and actresses wore black to protest sexual harassment, and several actresses, including Meryl Streep and Amy Poehler, walked the red carpet with activists to shift the focus back on survivors and solutions, and away from perpetrators of sexual misconduct. The Golden Globe Awards, hosted by Seth Meyers, took place at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California. Here's what took place during the show. As it happened, Barbra Streisand took the stage after being introduced as the only woman to get the Best Director award at the Golden Globe Awards. You know, that was 1984. That was 34 years ago. Folks, time's up, she said. We need more women directors and more women to be nominated for Best Director. There are so many films out there that are so good that are directed by women. I'm so proud to stand in a room with people that speak out against gender inequality, sexual harassment and the pettiness that has poisoned our politics. The award went to 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. The cast and crew took the stage to accept the award. Frances McDormand wins Best Actress in a Motion Picture. Drama. Isabelle Huppert and Angelina Jolie presented the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Drama, which went to Frances McDormand for 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. The actress promised to buy tequila shots for all of the other women in the category. She praised the HFPA in her acceptance speech and said, "Let's face it, they managed to elect a female president." She finished her speech by saying, "Trust me, the women in this room tonight are not here for the food. We are here for the work." Gary Oldman wins Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Drama. Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis took the stage, with Sarandon playing the straight man to Davis' chipper role. Davis said, "Look, Susan, we fixed everything." Sarandon said she did not think everything was fixed, though it seemed that things were moving forward for women. Before presenting Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Drama, Davis claimed, "These men have agreed to give half of their salary back so the women can make more than them." Sarandon responded that it was not true, though she wished it was. Gary Oldman won for his role in Darkest Hour, and the actor thanked his castmates for their work and for putting up with the cigar smoke on set. Oldman said that Darkest Hour shows that words and actions can change the world, and boy oh boy, does it need to change, as he closed off his speech. Lady Bird wins Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Michael Keaton and Alicia Vikander presented the award for Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, which went to Lady Bird. Filmmaker Greta Gerwig got emotional as she accepted the award, calling stars Saoirse Ronan and Laurie Metcalf her goddesses. Saoirse Ronan wins for Lady Bird. Jessica Chastain and Chris Hemsworth presented Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, which went to Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird. Ronan said her mom was on FaceTime in the audience. Dakota Johnson presented a look at Call Me By Your Name. Salma Hayek introduced a look at 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and said that Frances McDormand's character embodies the number sign times up movement. Big Little Lies wins Best Limited Series. Emma Watson and Robert Pattinson presented Best Limited Series for TV Movie, which went to Big Little Lies, its 4th win of the night. David E. Kelley thanked producers and stars Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman, and passed the mic on to Witherspoon. "I want to thank everyone who spoke up about abuse or harassment," said Witherspoon. "You are so brave. Time is up. We see you, we hear you, and we will tell your stories." Natalie Portman and Ron Howard present Best Director. Natalie Portman and Ron Howard presented Best Director. "And here are the all-male nominees," said Portman, as Howard laughed awkwardly. The award went to Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. Del Toro said he has remained faithful to monsters as a child to create strange, little stories. He said, "These strange stories have saved my life," referring to his films. As the music played he said, Lower the music. It's taken 25 years. Give me a minute, before he thanked his cast and crew. Greta Gerwig presented a look at her film Lady Bird. Oprah Winfrey accepts Cecil B. DeMille Award. Reese Witherspoon presented the Cecil B. DeMille Award to Oprah Winfrey and said that she was incredibly grateful to be stuck in a trailer with Winfrey while filming A Wrinkle in Time, saying that spending time with her was like going to Wharton Business School. She also said that she learned how to make the best English muffins from Winfrey. Oprah's hugs could end wars and solve world peace, added Witherspoon. When she hugs you, it's the greatest thing ever. Witherspoon thanked Winfrey and closed off her speech saying, "You've changed our lives," before a montage of Winfrey's performances in film and TV played, in addition to clips from her productions and other notable events. Winfrey accepted her award and remembered watching Sidney Poitier win an Oscar in 1964 and how much it meant to her to see a black actor to win the award. Winfrey then said what an honor it was to be the first black woman to win the Cecil B. DeMille Award, which Poitier won in 1982. "Speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have," said Winfrey. "I am especially proud of all of the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share their personal stories. Each of us in this room are celebrated because of the stories we tell, and this year, we became the story." Oprah's speech sparks presidential run rumors online. Winfrey continued and said the story transcends any culture, geography, politics or workplace. She thanked all of the women who have endured years of abuse and assault. Winfrey also talked about the legacy of Recky Taylor, the black woman who was gang-raped by 6 men in 1944. Taylor died 10 days ago, Winfrey pointed out. She talked about the powerful men like those who got away with raping Taylor and said, "But their time is up. And I just hope that Recky Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years and even now tormented, goes marching on." The audience gave a standing ovation as Winfrey asked everyone to do their part to make sure that one day, no one has to say me too again. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel wins Best TV Series. Musical or comedy. Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington presented Best TV Series, Musical or Comedy, which went to The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Showrunner Amy Sherman-Palladino thanked Amazon Studios, because all of the checks cleared in addition to her cast. Clarke and Harington also presented Best Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, which went to Aziz Ansari for Master of None. He said he was surprised to win, because all of the websites said I was going to lose. He also said it would have been embarrassing to lose 2 years in a row. Ewan McGregor wins for Fargo. Penelope Cruz, Edgar Ramirez, Baron Chris and Ricky Martin, stars of The Assassination of Gianni Versace, presented Best Actor in a Limited Series or TV Movie. The award went to Ewan McGregor for his role on Fargo. Halle Berry introduced a clip from Get Out. In the Fade wins Best Foreign Language Film. Sarah Jessica Parker and Hugh Grant presented Best Foreign Language Film, which went to In the Fade. Grant then introduced a clip from Dunkirk. Tribute to Kirk Douglas. The Globes pay tribute to actor Kirk Douglas, playing a montage of his performances. Douglas took the stage with his daughter-in-law, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Jones said Douglas helped end the Hollywood blacklist in the mid-20th century by hiring blacklisted writers. Jones and Douglas presented the award for Best Screenplay, which went to Martin McDonagh for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He joked that his mother wanted Lady Bird to win as he accepted his award. Coco wins Best Animated Feature Film. Andy Samberg and Amy Poehler presented Best Animated Feature Film, which went to Coco. Kate Hudson and Aaron Taylor Johnson presented Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, which went to Allison Janney for I, Tonya. Janney thanked Tonya Harding, who was in the audience, and said the film was about class. She also thanked Margot Robbie for setting the bar high for the film. Dwayne and Simone Johnson take the stage. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson introduced his 16-year-old daughter, Simone Johnson, as the first Golden Globe ambassador. The Golden Globes got rid of its Miss Golden Globe title this year. Laura Dern wins for Big Little Lies. J.K. Simmons and Sharon Stone presented the award for Best Supporting Actress in a Series, limited series or motion picture made for television, which went to Laura Dern for Big Little Lies, her fourth Golden Globe. She urged everyone to believe survivors and to support restorative justice. Sebastian Stan and Allison Janney introduced a clip from I, Tonya. Emma Stone and Shirley MacLaine present Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Emma Stone and Shirley MacLaine presented Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. James Franco won the award for his role in The Disaster Artist, and he grabbed his brother Dave Franco's hand and dragged him on stage. He also thanked Tommy Wiseau, the real-life man he played in the film. "Come on up here, Tommy," said Franco, as Wiseau tried to approach the mic. Franco spoke as Wiseau for a moment, imitating Wiseau's accent as he said, "Golden Globes. So what? I wasn't invited," explaining Wiseau's decision to make his own film. He also thanked his brother, Dave, for being his collaborator. Keith Urban and Kelly Clarkson present Best Original Song, Motion Picture. Keith Urban and Kelly Clarkson presented Best Original Song, Motion Picture, Singing, and the Golden Globe goes to. Clarkson joked that now they could say they sang at the Golden Globes. The award went to This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. Composers Justin Paul and Ben Pasek accepted the award and thanked the annoyingly attractive and disgustingly charming star Hugh Jackman. Octavia Spencer introduced a clip from The Shape of Water. Mariah Carey and Common present Best Original Score. Mariah Carey and Common presented the award for Best Original Score, Motion Picture, which went to Alexander Desplat for The Shape of Water. Alexander Skarsgård wins Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Series. Christina Hendricks and Neil Patrick Harris presented the award for Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Limited Series or Motion Picture made for television, which went to Alexander Skarsgård for Big Little Lies. The Handmaid's Tale wins Best TV Series. Drama. Roseanne Barr and John Goodman reunited to present the award for Best Television Series, Drama, which went to The Handmaid's Tale. Sterling K. Brown wins Best Actor in a TV Series. Kerry Washington and Garrett Hedlund presented the award for Best Actor in a TV Series, Drama, which went to Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us. Brown thanked This Is Us showrunner Dan Fogelman and said he always benefited from colorblind casting, and continued, "But you wrote a role for a black man, that can only be played by a black man." He continued and said Fogelman wrote a role that made Brown seen for who he was and appreciated for who he was. Brown said, "That makes it that much more difficult to dismiss me and dismiss anyone who looks like me." HFPA President Maritatna speaks. HFPA President Maritatna took the stage and said the HFPA supports women rising up against sexual harassment. "Yes, time's up," she said. She also announced two new HFPA grants for $1 million each to the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists and the Committee to Protect Journalists. Sarah Paulson introduced a clip from The Post. Carol Burnett and Jennifer Aniston present Best TV Actress categories. Zac Efron presented a look at his film with Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman. Carol Burnett and Jennifer Aniston took the stage and Aniston said it was a dream come true to present with her idol. Burnett joked, "I'm happy you're coming back to television because Will and Grace was one of my favorite shows." The Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, went to Rachel Brosnahan for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Brosnahan said it was important to keep putting women at the forefront. "Please let's continue to hold each other accountable and invest in and make and champion these stories," she said. Burnett and Aniston also presented Best Actress in a Television Series, Drama, which went to Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. Moss said, Carol Burnett, in disbelief as she accepted her award. Moss thanked the author of the book, The Handmaid's Tale, and said, "Margaret Atwood, this is for you and all the women who came before and after you." She closed off saying, We no longer live in the gaps in between the stories. We are the stories in print and we are writing the stories ourselves. Helen Mirren and Viola Davis present Best Supporting Actor. Motion Picture Leading Ladies Helen Mirren and Viola Davis presented Best Supporting Actor. Motion Picture, and joked that supporting actors don't get as many lines for makeup artists. The award went to Sam Rockwell for his performance in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He joked that it was exciting to be in an indie movie people actually watched. Nicole Kidman wins Best Actress in a Limited Series. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Gal Gadot presented Best Actress in a Limited Series for Motion Picture Made for Television, which went to Nicole Kidman for her role on Big Little Lies, her 4th Golden Globe Award. Kidman thanked co-star Reese Witherspoon and said, "We did this because our friendship, our creative union and our friendship with each other. This is ours to share. Wow. The power of women," Kidman said to Big Little Lies co-stars Shailene Woodley, Zoe Kravitz and Laura Dern. Kidman also said she was happy Big Little Lies had people talking openly about domestic abuse. "Let's keep this conversation alive," she said. "Let's do it." Seth Meyers sets up punchlines. Meyer joked with stars in the audience, setting up jokes while actors said the punchline. He said, "Issa Rae currently has 3 projects with HBO." Rae responded, "That's right, and 3 projects is where they think I'm from." To Hung Chow, Meyer said, "Only 5% of speaking roles in Hollywood are by an Asian person." Chow shot back, "But those numbers might be off since a white person did the math." Amy Poehler pretended to be drunk and said she did not want Myers to mansplain and set her up and instead made the joke, pretending to be a peach saying, "This is the pits." Myers thanked women in Hollywood for their great work and said he looks forward to women taking the reins. Seth Meyers delivers opening monologue. Host Seth Meyers opened his monologue by saying, "It's 2018. Marijuana is finally allowed and sexual harassment finally isn't," as Hollywood stars in the audience clapped and cheered. Myers also cracked the "For men, this is the first time in 3 months it won't be terrifying to hear your name read aloud." He also said that while there was a call for a woman to host the Golden Globes this year, "I'm a man with no power in Hollywood." He then gestured toward Seth Rogen and made a dig at President Donald Trump and said, "Remember when he was the guy making trouble in North Korea? Remember that? Simpler times." He also said that Mr. Trump would certainly object to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association and added, "The only name that would make him angrier is the Hillary Mexico Salad Association." Myers also addressed the elephant in the room and said, "Harvey Weinstein isn't here tonight because, well, I heard there are rumors that he's crazy and difficult to work with. But don't worry, he'll be back in 20 years when he becomes the first person ever booed during In Memoriam." Viewers criticize Justin Timberlake. Viewers are criticizing Justin Timberlake on social media for wearing black and a number sign times up pinned to the Golden Globes because he worked on Woody Allen's Wonder Wheel. Allen has been accused of child molestation and sexual assault. TV and film stars are still filing in on the red carpet, with most wearing black. Jessica Chastain and Octavia Spencer, who both wore black gowns, said the protest was about empowerment. On the Golden Globes Facebook Live feed, Spencer said, "It's about people who are voiceless. It's about empowering those people." Chastain, who said Spencer was her date, added, "We stand in solidarity against any abuse of power." Natalie Portman and America Ferrera said it was moving for them to see women come together against sexual harassment. Portman said, "We realize how much louder and stronger our voices can be together." Ferrera said that it was incredible to team up with other women, saying, "We've been on the phone, email, texts and have been able to engage with one another in ways that are unprecedented." Portman even said that she joined Instagram because of the number sign times up movement. "We want our workplaces to reflect the world we live in and have everyone represented," she said.